Unpopular opinion, I think if Marvel wants to survive the next phase, it definitely needs to cut out all the excess characters, focus on like 2 to 3 main teams, and I think they will be like good to go for like the next decade. Let me get into it with you. First things first, the X-Men introduction needs to happen. It's already in the makings of happening, and I'm so happy that's in the makings of happening because we have been wanting to see the X-Men for the longest time. We already know they're their flagship group of heroes. Sorry, Avengers, you guys served your purpose. You guys were great holding it down, but the X-Men are about to be here and they're here to stay as long as they follow this shit correctly and do things correctly. No more the Mystique in Xavier and Friends story. No more Magneto or Wolverine and Friends story. Now we want to see Scott, Jean, Storm, Rogue, Shadowcat, Nightcrawler, Angel, Beast. We want to see all of them in their finest glory. And you notice I didn't say Wolverine yet because I do not want Wolverine in the first Marvel project whatsoever. This is what I want from Wolverine. Wolverine needs his own TV show. Disney Plus needs to invest into a Wolverine TV show that's actually going to be gory. It's actually not going to be afraid to take risks. And it'll give us a little bit of every era, especially if it's like an anthology series. It could give us every era of Wolverine's life leading up until him joining the X-Men. So we could get him coming in maybe in like the second film or something like that. But off the rip, I do not want to see a Wolverine inside the MCU as the mainline X-Men. I don't want it. I feel like we've had enough of that for a while. We still getting Wolverine projects on the side. And by doing it this way, I feel like we could really hone in and focus on some of the things that makes Wolverine great. For example, him fighting against the Hulk. Let's be real. This is how he was first introduced into the story, and this is such an ultimate story that they need to adapt, never have adapted outside of, I think, one animated film like 20 years ago. And I think this is what we want to see from Wolverine. Him fighting against Sabretooth is another thing we want to see with Wolverine. We want to delve into why they have such the beef. We want to dive into the makings of the beef. We want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of this dynamic pairing right here. Another pairing I think gets lost in the sauce a lot that a lot of people might not even necessarily think about when they think of Wolverine is him and Mystique. Instead of Charles and Mystique, I would like to see Wolverine and Mystique. I think that would be a great duo, a great pairing. Really make Mystique that cold-hearted, selfish, but gangster B that we love. Like her and Destiny is like real ride or die, and I think that we need to see that as well. We love diversity and inclusion, right? Another project I think that we need to have is a New Mutants project. New Mutants is a great series. It's definitely changed lineups over the years, but with that, I think that this gives us a chance to focus on another team that is not the mainline team, but it still gives us a glimpse into the mutant world, a modern mutant world. We could have Daniel Moonstar as the lead. We could have Sunspot up in this thing, Wolf's Band. We could keep a lot of these characters. Or, like I would like to do a mix. Keep some of these guys as well as add some new faces. Surge is a great one. She has electrical powers. She uses these gauntlets to keep these powers contained. I actually read some of this run when I was like in middle school back in the day. Really good run. She's a dope character. I think she will do great in the New Mutants team. I will also like to see this pairing. We already have X-23 introduced into the MCU. I would love to see her stick around. She could be the female Wolverine, but for the younger squad. And I think that would be dope. And instead of getting the Logan, Jean thing that they were pushing in the Fox movies, we could get an authentic version of that with Laura and Julian, aka Helion and X-23. They have this big like romance thing in the comics, and they really do rock with each other. Helion's also a telepath, great with telekinetic powers. That he could be the OP dude on the team. She's the savage, you know, she gets down. We know she likes to throw hands. And last but not least, the Young Avengers, I think, will be very successful if they did it as a TV series. This show to me could be how Marvel sticks the landing of having a real expanded universe. You know, now we can have the mutants in the world and we'll focus on the mutants in the mutant saga, which is great. We have Captain Marvel here. She was already introduced to us as a mutant, so that is already a connection. But outside of just that, I think this also broadens the world to outside of just dealing with the mutants. We still have these group of heroes that are being like Marvel's Teen Titans and showing the otherworldly problems. We got the Defenders, we got Daredevil, we got that stuff, more street level stuff. I think these guys could kind of help out in a different way, not be the new Avengers, the young Avengers, the ones that are trying to work their way up into that spot. And I think like a 10, 45-minute episode season would be great for that. Something that might be a one-off season. Maybe it'll be like a double, a 2-3 season series or something like that. But I think that these characters will work better that way. And by doing that, we could slowly get to build them. So if we want to make them the new frontline Avengers members, it will be believable and it'll work. And we will actually have seen their evolution. But I don't think these characters are strong enough to stand on their own. I think even with certain writing decisions, I'm not saying the writing for Marvel has been great because we all know that's for sure not true. But they have some great wins here, but they also have a lot of misses. And that's not even a new Marvel problem. That's kind of been a Marvel issue. For every great, amazing project they have, to me, they have a couple that are just kind of Iron Man 1 was great. Captain America 1 was cool. Thor 1 was it was cool. It was what it was. The next phase, Iron Man 2 was but Captain America 2, the shit. Thor 2, horrible. So, they do have these like hit and misses since its inception. But I really do feel like the Young Avengers will make a great addition as like the young team and like Marvel's version of the Teen Titans, and something that could set this universe apart and give them something else to do. We got the mutants. Now these guys are the ones handling everything else, and I think that would be dope. Last but not least, allegedly Blade is reportedly to appear in the new Avengers Secret Wars movie. And if that is true, that will open him up because, we were supposed to have had a Blade movie like a decade plus ago. Not really, but really. Mahershala, I think that's how you say his name, Mahershala Ali, he's supposed to be the guy playing Blade, taking over for Wesley Snipes. And we haven't had shit with Blade except for his cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. So going forward, a Blade project is mandatory. If you guys aren't going to make it a movie, give us one badass miniseries where he just goes in like, it don't even need to be like 5, 6, 7 episodes, and just make him badass and establish Blade as Blade. Don't hold back. Hard R rating, TVMA, all that. Like, no more cutting and trying to keep things so formulaic. I think that's also why Marvel's declining. It's too formulaic. And let him exist in his own. They could come together, but let him exist on his own. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. And this is your boy Mark. Follow me for more likes. Like, subscribe, and share this video. And thank you guys for following me and joining me for my unpopular opinions conversation. Let me know what you guys think below. Peace.